John King was alluding to and talking about some of Senator Clinton's comments is there has been a lot of attention lately on some of your speeches, that they're very similar to some of the speeches by your friend and supporter Deval Patrick, the governor of Massachusetts. And Senator Clinton's campaign has made a big issue of this. To be blunt, they've accused you of plagiarism.
Right.
How do you respond?
Well, look, first of all, it's not a lot of speeches, right? There are 2 lines in speeches that I've been giving over the last couple of weeks. I've been campaigning now for the last 2 years. Deval is a national co-chairman of my campaign and suggested an argument that I share, that words are important. Words matter. And the implication that they don't, I think, diminishes how important it is to speak to the American people directly about making America as good as its promise. And Barbara Jordan understood this as well as anybody. Now, the notion that I had plagiarized from somebody who's one of my national co-chairs, who gave me the line and suggested that I use it, I think is silly. And, you know, but this is where we start getting into silly season in politics, and I think people start getting discouraged about it. They don't want... Senator Clinton has a fine record. So do I. And I'm happy to have a debate on the issues, but what we shouldn't be spending time doing is tearing each other down. We should be spending time lifting the country up.
All right. Senator Clinton, is it the silly season?
Well, I think that if your candidacy is going to be about words, then they should be your own words. That's, I think, a very simple proposition. And, lifting whole passages from someone else's speeches is not change you can believe in. It's change you can Xerox. And I just don't think. No, but but Barack, it is, because if you look at the YouTube of these videos, it does raise questions. Now,
I don't oppose war in all circumstances, and when I look out over this crowd today, I know there is no shortage of patriots or patriotism. What I do oppose is a dumb war.
I have been open about my reasons for opposing the war. But one of my opponents in this race, Senator Clinton, has tried, I believe, to rewrite history. She voted for a resolution called, and I quote, "a resolution to authorize the use of United States armed forces against Iraq." Now she's saying that she wasn't really voting for war. She cast her vote after failing to read the national intelligence estimates on Iraq, a report that raised enough doubts that the majority of Democratic senators who read it voted against the war. We need accountability in our leaders. You can't undo a vote for war just because a war stops being popular. President Bush has used that authority to keep our troops in Iraq to this day. And this is not just about the past. It is about the future. Voters need to judge us on the judgments we've made and the lessons we've learned. Senator Clinton has said her vote has not said that her vote was a mistake. She has simply blamed the civilian and military leaders who carried out the policy she authorized. If we don't know why Iraq met her threshold for war, how can we know what that threshold will be in the future?
What does that make Hillary Clinton to the Bush family?
My sister-in-law.
So the same person that she criticizes for having terrible judgment, and we can't afford to have another one of those. In fact, she facilitated and enabled this individual to make a decision that has been strategically damaging to the United States of America.
What does that make Hillary Clinton to the Bush family?
My sister-in-law.